Okay, think about this for a second. What if your entire photo library, every single picture, every random screenshot, wasn't just an archive of old memories, but a powerful personal search engine for your own life? We're about to dive into a project that does exactly that. Go ahead, take a guess. A few hundred? Maybe a few thousand? The truth is, for most of us, that number is, well, it's so huge we've completely lost track. We snap pictures of everything, right? Memorable moments, cool articles we want to read later, fleeting ideas, you name it.
But here's a thought. What if we started looking at that massive collection a little differently? Not as just a dusty old photo album, but as an active, personal database. A really rich record of everything you've ever seen or thought or found interesting.
The problem, as you and I both know, is that right now, it's a total mess. It's like this chaotic digital shoebox just stuffed with photos, screenshots, notes, all jumbled together. Good luck finding anything specific. And all the cool connections between those moments, they're completely lost in the noise. So how do we possibly fix this? Well, a new system called Phonno is designed to do just that, to bring some serious order and intelligence to our personal digital chaos. The name itself kind of gives away the secret sauce: photos plus annotations. It's all about giving you the power to add your own context, your own descriptions to every single image you have. Now, this is where the magic really happens. Instead of just describing a whole picture, Phonno lets you create these little annotations. Think of them like clippings of specific details inside the photo that matter to you. All of a sudden, one single image can have multiple, super targeted ways to be found in a search. And here's why the search is so incredibly powerful. Every single image gets layered with 3 different kinds of text. First, you get your own personal subjective description. Second, you get an objective AI-generated one. And finally, any actual text inside the image gets pulled out using something called optical character recognition, or OCR. That combination, that's the key. And get this, you don't even have to do all the work yourself. There's a simple describe button that uses AI to whip up a baseline description for you. It gives you a perfect starting point to then edit and add your own thoughts. All right, so we've got everything organized. Now, the real fun begins. We can finally move beyond just finding things and actually start discovering connections we never even knew existed. And this is the first huge leap forward. Instead of keeping your personal photos separate from your work screenshots, Phonno searches them all at once. And that's when you start to stumble upon these incredible, unexpected connections between your digital life and your real life. Just look at this example right here. A simple search for the word bard pulls up 2 totally different things: a screenshot about Google's AI assistant and a photo of a book cover, The Tales of Beetle the Bard. 2 completely different parts of your life, instantly linked by a single word. How cool is that? And it gets even weirder, in a good way. The system can make these really abstract leaps. A search for a technical term like God of Frontend might bring up a picture of a katsu sandwich just because of some fuzzy text match. It's designed to embrace that kind of noise to spark ideas you'd never have on your own. And the search bar itself is, well, it's way smarter than what you're used to. As you type, it doesn't just suggest words, it suggests image hints. You can actually click on these images to add them right into your search query. So you're telling the system what you want with both text and pictures.
But just finding images, that's really only the beginning. The next evolution of this whole idea turns your search into a genuine conversation, and it's all powered by generative AI.
So let's take it a step further. What if you could stop just finding images and start talking to them? What if you could ask your personal database a question and it could actually put together an answer for you, using your own photos and screenshots as the source material? This is all done with a really powerful AI technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG for short. The best way to think about it is like an open book test for an AI. First, it retrieves all the relevant notes, which are your images, and then it generates an answer based only on what it found. The process, when you look at it, is actually pretty straightforward. You ask a question, a retriever goes and finds all the relevant pictures and notes from your personal collection. Then, a generator uses only that information to write a brand new, coherent answer just for you. Here's a fantastic example of this in action. You ask a question about generative AI. The system finds screenshots of all the book covers you've saved on that topic. It then reads their descriptions and gives you a summary of their common themes. It's literally like having your own personal research assistant. And once you start thinking about it, the possibilities are just absolutely incredible.
Imagine asking it to compare two books you took pictures of, or to explain a complex diagram you screenshotted weeks ago. It could help you with bits of code you've saved, or even let you practice a new language using images you've collected.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second. What's the end game here? Because this is way more than just a clever photo app. It's really a prototype for something much, much bigger. The creator sees Phonno as just the first step towards a personal meta search engine. The big idea is to have a single search bar for your entire intellectual life, way beyond just images. The ultimate ambition here is to build a system with what's called high-precision recall. All that really means is that it can reliably find anything you've ever seen or saved without missing the important stuff. The goal is for it to be a true extension of your own memory, an essential tool for thinking and creating.
And that right there is the core idea, the real transformation. It takes that passive, chaotic shoebox of images and turns it into an active partner, a tool that actually helps you think, create, and learn in a completely new way.
Which really leaves us with one last big question for you. We all have these huge, messy archives of our digital lives. What amazing ideas, what forgotten memories, what surprising connections are just sitting there in your own collection, waiting for the right tool to finally bring them to light?